They walked along quickly, Dorothy only stopping once to pick a beautiful flower, and after a time the Tin Man cried out, "Look!" Then they all looked at the river and saw the Scarecrow stuck on his pole in the middle of the water, looking very lonely and sad. "What can we do to save him?" asked Dorothy. The Lion and the Tin Man both shook their heads, for they did not know. So they sat down upon the bank and looked sadly at the Scarecrow until a stork flew by, who, upon seeing them, stopped to rest at the edge of the water. "Who are you, and where are you going?" asked the stork. "I am Dorothy," answered the girl, "and these are my friends, the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion, and we are going to the Emerald City." "This isn't the road," said the stork, as he twisted his long neck and looked sharply at the strange party. "I know," returned Dorothy, "but we have lost the Scarecrow, another member of our party, and are wondering how we shall get him again." "Where is he?" asked the stork. "Over there in the middle of the river," answered the little girl. "If he wasn't so big and heavy, I would get him for you," remarked the stork. "He isn't heavy at all," said Dorothy eagerly, "for he is stuffed with straw, and if you will bring him back to us, we will be ever so thankful." "Well, I'll try," said the stork. "But if I find he is too heavy to carry, I might have to drop him in the river." With that answer, the big bird flew into the air and over the water till he came to where the Scarecrow was stuck on his pole. Then the stork, with his great claws, grabbed the Scarecrow by the arm and carried him up into the air and back to the bank where Dorothy, the lion, the Tin Man, and Toto were sitting. When the Scarecrow found himself among his friends again, he was so happy that he hugged them all, even the lion and Toto. "I was afraid I should have to stay in the middle of that river forever," he said. "But the kind stork saved me, and if I ever get any brains, I shall find the stork again and do her a kindness in return." "That's all right," said the stork, who was flying above them. "I always like to help anyone in trouble, but I must go now, for my wife is waiting for me. I hope you will find the Emerald City and that Oz will help you." "Thank you," replied Dorothy, and then the kind stork flew into the air and was soon out of sight. They walked along, listening to the singing of the brightly colored birds and looking at the lovely flowers which now became so thick that the ground was carpeted with them. There were big yellow and white and blue and purple blossoms, beside great clusters of red poppies, which were so bright in color they almost dazzled Dorothy's eyes. "Aren't they beautiful?" the girl asked, as she breathed in the scent of the bright flowers. "I suppose so," answered the Scarecrow. "When I have brains, I shall probably like them better